If you've ever had a pet, you've felt the deep bond between you and them. No matter how long you're apart, that love stays alive through cuddles, care, and emotional reunions. Let's share those heartwarming moments together in this WOWTV video. Years ago, he saved the lion Serga when she was separated from her pride. Since being brought to Kalahari, Serga has never forgotten the person who nurtured and lived alongside her from a young age. Their reunions are always precious moments.
I love you too. I love you too.
Every month, he travels this road to visit his hometown.
Come here.
And along the way, he made a friend.
Come here. Come here. You recognize me?
The llama never fails to run up to him.
You recognize me. Eh? You missed me too.
The journey to find their beloved donkey had reached a dead end. Just when they thought they had to accept the bad news, hope appeared. They certainly won't let each other get lost again. According to Maya beliefs, if a bird appears inside your house, it's a sign that a departed loved one has returned. The girl was moved to feel the soul of her beloved dog returning in the form of a bird, as a message that it still remembers her. Not wanting to be separated from his good friend again, the manatee refused to let go of the diver.
This is Zoe's reaction after he was away from his owner for the first time.
What are you doing, baby girl? Oh my goodness, there she goes! Oh my goodness, no! She got right up from baby! Oh my gosh, there she goes, herself again!
The reunion between these two special friends is incredibly touching. In 2015, Kamala's caretaker adopted and cared for an orphaned rhino. You can see how happy they are to see each other again. It's rare for a wild animal to trust humans, but this young man's story is extraordinary. Despite many setbacks that left him unable to walk, the cheetah always accompanies and shows warmth whenever they meet. A delighted gibbon couldn't resist racing down a wet hill to warmly welcome an old friend. A blind dog wandered around here for many days. Just when it seemed like its luck had run out, its human friend appeared. once a familiar horse racer here, but this time he couldn't continue racing. However, against all expectations, on this visit, the old horse sent him the heartfelt affection they'd shared all along. The bond between humans and animals is not limited by any species, including wild animals. This tiger showed its longing with utmost sincerity.
Oh yeah, it's nap time.
Just hearing the familiar call, no matter how far, Rooster immediately runs to their side. Their friendship began with the smallest gestures, simple gentle greetings exchanged between them whenever they met. Did you know that octopuses like to hug and be pet too? It must miss her terribly, unwilling to let her go. Chimpanzees can express emotions similar to humans, including gratitude. You can clearly see this in its emotional expression when seeing the people who gave it a life of freedom. Some say elephants never forget their dear ones. And the elephant Peter Adamson cared for 35 years ago proved that to be true. Was this the man who rescued Dungi when it was abandoned? It quickly recognized and showed him affection. The best part of being an animal caretaker is coming back after a trip and always seeing such adorable welcomes like this. As an orphaned baby camel, it had never felt lacking in love with such a wonderful owner. Dolphins are famous for being friendly, but sharks can also behave similarly.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Differences in their respective habitats should not hinder the gentle reunion between an alligator and this man.
The days in prison were a complete separation for Whistle, the male parrot, and his dad. When Whistle was taken to visit Dad in jail, he joyfully sang. Hopefully, they would overcome this time apart. Anita had not been in the Polar Zoo in about 2 months, and when she had the chance to return, she wouldn't miss this moment.
Is this his dog?
In a quirky case, Judge Judy faced a dispute over a stolen dog. However, the case was swiftly resolved when the dog was brought in. It immediately recognized and eagerly ran towards its real owner.
Pick him up.
Baby boy, come on, man. Come here, this baby boy. Oh.
That's all. Take the dog home.
Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?
Welcome to the greeting committee.
You are such a pretty lady.
So when parrots really like you, they'll show you an adorable dance. 25 years is a long time, enough to forget many things. But these two chimpanzees still remember and recognize their old friend, who rescued them from a laboratory and gave them a new life.
Oh, yeah.
The orphaned bear still vividly remembers the man who cared for it since childhood. Time may change their appearances, but it can't change the bond they share. Who would have thought that a fierce animal could be this affectionate and incredibly happy?
Hello, kiddo. Hi, baby boy.
Koalas are very sweet and friendly.
Oh, hi. Oh, that's my face.
They're also quite attached to people. Even a short separation makes them eager to seek out their owner.
Hi.
All animals can feel the affection humans have for them, including this fish. Despite differences in their living environment, nothing can stop them. Just look at its happy face. Truly touching. Since her owner started cancer treatment, the dog had anxiously waited at the door every day. This furry baby comforted her in its own way, hoping that gesture helped her fight the illness.
Who's at my door? Is it Mr. Peachy?
4 years ago, she rescued a baby squirrel, and since then, there's a little friend waiting at her door every day.
Hi, sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart. You've been busy today. I haven't seen you.
Do you love this sound of reunion? Take a look at how the most ferocious fish on the planet welcomes this woman. And you'll understand why she's called the mother of sharks.
Digger! Come on, Digger! I'm home! Digger! Ha ha! It's so lovely to see you! I've been away 3 months, you're looking so handsome! There's a cricket! Ha ha! You are gorgeous!
In tough times, he constantly received encouragement from a cherished companion. This served as a tremendous drive for him to become even stronger. And that love resulted in a happy ending. The swimming speed of a goldfish reflects the love it feels for this diver. Upon seeing the owner return from the trip, the flamingo eagerly prepared to snuggle into his arms. The friendly stingray came to greet his longtime bestie before continuing his journey. The gentleness and purity really makes me jealous of her. It's time for you to show me love by subscribing. The Kristen Clark family traveled far and wide, hoping for a chance to reunite with their beloved friend. And the moment she called, the pig darted out as if it had been eagerly awaiting this very moment.
You were gonna do it, didn't you?
A single hug has the power to invigorate the rooster throughout the entire day.
Lembrou, ele lembrou, cara. Ele lembrou, cara. Criou ele quando era pequeno. Faz 8 anos que ele não vê o cachorro. O cachorro já mordeu 8 pessoas.
Is this what you expected when coming back home?
You want me to tell you about pets I had, you know, when I was a very little boy?
Gertrude, what's wrong, Gertie? You went down. She's probably thirsty.
Unexpectedly falling into a hole in the park, Bear the dog dug his way out and returned to his human friend. This caracal hasn't seen the volunteer who cared for him for a whole year, and then he couldn't stop cuddling him.
Where's Darcy?
As soon as the man returned home after 3 months in the hospital, a heartfelt call from a bird that had missed him every single day greeted him.
Despite the chair, he came right to you.
That's him.
Don't miss out on these meaningful videos. Subscribe to WOWTV now.
We're so happy that we are able to get him back to you.
Oh, thank you guys so much.
Lions also love to cuddle, just like house kitties. 11 years together, and now nothing can sever the deep bond between them. Despite undergoing treatment, the girl always missed her dog.
How long did they stay last night?
What she didn't expect was that, to give her more encouragement, her family brought the dog to visit her in the hospital after 4 months apart. In the wild, there are still animals with warm hearts towards those they trust, much like these cheetahs. No one can bear the pain of losing their beloved pet, and this girl is no exception. She tirelessly searched for her cat for 5 months, and finally, thanks to a microchip, her cat was found. After being apart for a while, the reunion between the young man and his turtle brought about indescribable emotions. Reunions like these are truly a beacon of hope and a great source of motivation for all of us. Following the tragic events in Beirut, seeing reunions between humans and pets brings me immense joy. A friendly alpaca ran up to his best friend to deliver the sweetest goodbye.
Ой, вот оно счастье. Ой, только что были у постарших, что называется.
The dog's reaction when its owner returned after 3 years was truly special and emotional. Throughout her youth, this woman had dedicated herself to caring for animals here. The embrace during this reunion expressed deep gratitude and affection from them to her. Despite being a fierce animal, there are moments when a hippopotamus can be as warm as this. When it was young, it was rescued and brought to the Working with Rhinos conservation area by a man. Since then, he has become a part of its core memory. What could be more wonderful than returning home after days and months away, always finding someone eagerly waiting for you to welcome you back?
The spider monkey's reaction was strikingly human-like when it sees the woman who once saved their life, leaving me pleasantly surprised.
Every encounter between this man and the leopard is an emotionally charged moment. He has dedicated his life to caring for the leopard and building a deep bond of trust and affection. The girl spent a year searching for her dog, and her perseverance paid off when she heard it had been found. The joy and happiness she felt cannot be described when she reunited with her beloved four-legged friend.
He likes you, I think.
Grandma never thought she would meet this little friend again here.
It's beautiful. He does, he loves you.
Sometimes, chance encounters bring about memorable emotions. Nurturing isn't just about caring. It's also a meaningful bond. Veterinarian Yusel Yilmaz has cared for a lion since it was young, and no matter how long they've been apart, the lion always recognizes him.
Sağmaş boynunu. Bir çek baba, bir çek.
This pig is very friendly. Since it was young, it has enjoyed greeting others with gentle sounds. As it grew older, it kept that habit to welcome its old friend. For a dog, 2 years is equivalent to 14 years. It had to wait a long time to reunite with its beloved owner. Bentley was hungry and slightly injured, slowly making his way back to his mama.
Good. Come on, good boy. Good, it's Mama.
He had been lost and wandering on the mountain for nearly 3 weeks.
I'm just so grateful for everybody who helped, who shared the post, who...
The little fish was joyful to meet the diver again. Wait a moment, looks like he has a gift for you. A welcoming kiss is the gift the dolphin gives to its old friend. A wonderful connection between the man and the fox. If all creatures on Earth were as gentle as this, the world would be a safer place. Many skeptics might say that a cat only comes to its owner when hungry. But the truth is, it loves them more than anything else. You can see the blend of emotions in these reunions.
Both chimpanzees and gorillas can experience many emotions, including sadness, empathy, and profound happiness.
What? Tell me, did you miss me? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Yeah.
If you don't believe that there is such a thing as a bond between humans and animals, just look at this girl and her goat.
Good memory.
Despite traveling far and wide, encountering countless people, this monkey still fondly remembers the man who once cared for him.
How old is he?
He's 14. He'll be 14 this month. So young?
14.
As always, this sea lion showed great enthusiasm when it met this diver.
Have you ever experienced living apart from your pets? Share your story and how you coped with that time in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any updates from us. Goodbye, and see you next time.